Everyone please stand for our USC Upstate Chancellor Benny Harris and members of the USC Upstate Academic and Administrative Leadership Team.
Please be seated. I missed that part of the rehearsal. For the folks that are coming in, there's plenty of room up towards the front. Make sure that you choose a seat that has a program and a pin. All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, we've practiced this all orientation when I came and talked to y'all. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ooh, much better. So good evening. I am Dr. Crystal Smith, Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Engagement and Retention Initiatives. On behalf of Chancellor Benny Harris and the entire campus community, welcome to USC Upstate. Students, this convocation ceremony is about you. This is an opportunity for us to welcome you into this very special university community. And it marks the official start of your academic career at USC Upstate. We have some special guests with us this evening, and I would like to give a very warm welcome to USC Upstate First Lady Frankie Harris, USC Upstate Vice Chancellors, Dr. Tierney Bates, Daniel Feig, RJ Gimble, Adam Long, Dr. Pam Steinke, Donette Stewart, Christopher Taylor, and Keisha Boyce Williams. Additionally, we know that many of our community stakeholders, including higher education commissioners and foundation board members, are joining us this evening. As always, we appreciate your support. Your convocation program contains an overview of the ceremony, along with the words to portions of the program that will involve your participation. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Jasmine Elizalde, a junior at USC Upstate, who will extend our greeting in Spanish. Jasmine.
Gracias, doctora Smith. Buenas tardes. En nombre del canciller Bernie Harris y la universidad, bienvenidos, bienvenidas y bienvenides a USC Upstate. En esta convocatoria, tú, estudiante, eres el protagonista. Esta es nuestra oportunidad para darte la bienvenida a nuestra muy especial comunidad universitaria que marca el principio de tu carrera académica en USC Upstate. Su programa de convocatoria contiene una descripción general de la ceremonia, junto a las palabras que involucran su participación. Gracias.
Thank you, Jasmine. We begin this evening with an invocation led by Rabbi Sam Rose. The invocation will be followed by the national anthem performed by Ms. Malaysia Kane, a USC Upstate senior. Please stand.
Good evening, everyone. I'm grateful for this opportunity to be with you here this evening to celebrate the beginning of this journey for you. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, one of the greatest Jewish teachers and leaders of the 20th century, said in an interview shortly before his death that learning is the greatest adventure. He believed that knowledge is fostered by a sense of curiosity, that we must all cultivate the discipline of living in radical amazement, of refusing to take anything for granted, and to allow ourselves to be in awe of everything in the world around us. Creator of the universe, source of all light and life and blessing, we are grateful for this day and for the incredible opportunities that lie before us. Help us to cultivate that self-discipline of curiosity, to understand that we are closer to God when we are asking questions than we think we have the answers. And when we do find knowledge through answers, guide us to use these tools in our efforts to build a just and kind world where the dignity and uniqueness of everyone is protected and celebrated and cherished. And let us all say, Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly screaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great, Jess, please be seated. I am delighted to welcome you to a most honored tradition, new student convocation. As provost, I lead our faculty in the Division of Academic Affairs, while Dr. Smith and the Division of Student Affairs will work with you to ensure you have ample opportunities to engage in a variety of activities on campus. Our faculty will be invested in your success in the classroom. Together, we promise to provide you with a well-rounded, top-quality education that will prepare you for whatever career you choose. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the faculty who are with us this evening. Faculty, will you please stand? You may be seated. I also want to recognize our deans. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing. Dr. John Barnett, Dean of the Library. Dr. Tanya Boone, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Dr. Jeannie Chapman, Dean of the College of Science and Technology. Dr. Shalitha Lee, Dean of the Mary Black College of Nursing. Dr. Kim Purdy, Dean of University College. Dr. Frank Rudisill, Interim Dean of the George Dean Johnson Jr. College of Business and Economics, and Dr. Eugenia Whitlock, Dean of the College of Education, Human Performance, and Health. You may be seated. We come together for this convocation to celebrate a time of new beginnings. You are beginning your college journey at USC Upstate, at the start of a new academic year, in a new place, with new people, new experiences, and new expectations. You are beginning a time of exploration as you expand your social and academic circles, become immersed in new ideas and conversations, and discover your strengths in relationship to possible career paths. It is an exciting time that will be marked by new beginnings throughout, new classes, new professors, new friends, new student organizations, new events, new places, and I encourage you to appreciate every moment of the journey, while at the same time remembering that worthwhile journeys are never meant to be easy. Journeys strengthen us, deepen our understanding of ourselves and of the world, and challenges us in ways that we may not have anticipated. In fact, you may need to begin again many times throughout your college journey in ways that do not fit your current expectations. You may find that you need to reevaluate your friend group, maybe change your major, may even retake a class. But the important thing is that you never give up. Each of your experiences may look unconnected. Sometimes they even may appear to be mistakes to you at the time. But if you keep going to graduation, I guarantee that what you will find is that each one of these experiences will contribute to the formation of a wiser, more resilient you. And your future self will be a college graduate who understands firsthand what it takes to never, ever give up on yourself. This is a time of coming together as a community so that you remember that you are an integral part of the community at USC Upstate, a community that is committed to your success. Remember this moment and the network of support that you have here. Keep focused on the goal of graduation, and don't be afraid to begin again throughout your journey at USC Upstate. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Carmen Harris, Chair of the Faculty Senate, to the podium. Dr. Harris.
Thank you, Provost Steinke. And welcome new students to USC Upstate. As Dr. Steinke said, this evening is about a new beginning. Like you today, every member of your faculty began college where you are, as a student, with faculties who taught us. We are connected to you by that experience and by past traditions symbolized in the academic regalia we wear on these occasions that we earn through advanced study. The colorful caps, gowns, and hoods, which date back to the Middle Ages, symbolize not only the advanced degrees the faculty and staff hold and the institutions from which they have come, but the commitment to scholarship, learning, service, and most importantly, to the teaching of students to which we have dedicated our professional lives. Will our faculty and staff please rise? Please refer to your program and read along with me. Students, we wholeheartedly welcome you as the newest members of our learning community. We pledge our time, our resources, our support, and ourselves to your learning, growth, and development, both inside and outside the classroom. We commit ourselves to teach and care for the students of this great university with skill and compassion. Please be seated. Students, this is our pledge to you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Chase Jarvis, President of the Student Government Association, who will lead you in reciting the Spartan Creed, your own pledge to take full advantage of the extraordinary learning opportunities you will have at USC Upstate. Chase.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. As SGA President, it is an honor to be a part of the Convocation tradition. As a fourth-year student, there are so many things I want you to know. You are in for a fun journey. It won't always be easy, but you are now a part of a community that truly wants you to succeed. USC Upstate is an academic community preserved through mutual respect and trust of the individuals who learn, teach, and work within it. Our core values of wellness, equity, and civility set the tone. Our Spartan Creed speaks to how we'll stay true to these values. The words to our creed are on your program. Students, please rise. Please refer to your program and read along with me. As a Spartan, I will practice personal and academic integrity. I will respect the dignity of all persons. I will respect the rights and property of others. I will discourage bigotry while striving to learn. I will demonstrate concern for others, their feelings, and their need for conditions which support their work and development. We are dedicated to supporting you in your academic careers and life experiences. To symbolize our dedication, you have received a commemorative pin. If you feel comfortable doing so, please turn to your neighbor and attach the pin to their clothing as a gesture of that transfer of commitment that the university assumes. You may also pin yourself if you prefer. Oh, great. Right? You got it? Cool. I get this. I think this is hers.
Okay, tell them it's the first test to pass. It'll take a long time for it. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
It's exciting to see. It's exciting to see.
I'm excited about it. It's good.
They're about done. Just about done. All right. I can continue, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's give our new students a round of applause. It is my pleasure now to turn the program back to Dr. Carmen Harris, who will introduce our Chancellor. Thank you.
Thank you, Chase. I have the honor this evening of introducing our Chancellor, Dr. Benny Harris. I know it's weird, no relation, became the 5th Chancellor of USC Upstate. His personal purpose is to inspire and develop young people such as you, our students, to change the world. Like many of you, Dr. Harris was a first-generation college student, and his experiences demonstrate the many opportunities higher education offers to explore possibilities and achieve your greatest aspirations. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Harris.
Thank you very much. This is really an exciting honor. The first day of the school convocation is really exciting to me. But before I get started, I need to really recognize some people who are very important to me personally and very important to you and your ability to matriculate at this great institution. I'm going to ask our commissioners for Spartanburg County Higher Education to please stand as I call out their name. Dr. David Church is the chair of the commissioner. Ms. Ann Flynn, Mr. Scott Heath, Mr. Harold McLean. I'm going to ask Pamela Heath to stand as well, which is Scott's wife, who's so supportive of all of us. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. All of you have already met my wife, Frankie Harris, and you're going to see more of her. She's very committed to you and committed to your success, and I look forward to the work that she and I will do in helping you to experience your greatest aspiration through USC Upstate. So Frankie, will you stand again? I'm going to share a little anecdote that Dr. David Satcher shared with me, and this is for you. Dr. Satcher was, I think he was the 11th Surgeon General of the United States. He also has been the president of Morehouse School of Medicine, Meharry Medical College, and another university as well. And so we were at a grand event like this, and I had a very successful year in fundraising and a number of things, and I was recognized by my boss, and she said, I want to recognize Dr. Harris for the exceptional work that has been going on, and I just tipped my head like this and waved my hand. So Dr. Satcher and I went to lunch one day, and he said, Benny, I want to share something with you that Benjamin Mays, who was the infamous president of Morehouse College, he said, it costs nothing to stand. When someone recognizes you, I need you to stand and be acknowledged, and stand strong and stand visible so that they can see you. That was a little anecdote that he shared with me as a grown man and helping me to stand. And many times we get really bashful. We don't want to embarrass anybody. We don't want to embarrass ourselves, or we just don't want to be overly modest. But when someone stands and says, I want to recognize you, just as our commissioner stood, I want you to do the same thing. Stand strongly, hold your hand up, and wave so that we can see you, because you did an exceptional job, and we're so proud that you're here. That's an anecdote, not a part of my speech. My 15-minute speech is still here. Okay? But thank you all so very much. I'm glad to see you. Convocation is one of the two most special days of our school year at USC Upstate. The other, of course, is graduation. I imagine that some of you may already be counting the weeks and classes until that day arrives. However, convocation is equally important as we call together a new class. And it is fitting that a milestone as special as this one be marked by a special ceremony. Being part of USC Upstate is a new experience that will be unique for each of you. This is the day you will long remember, the beginning of an important chapter in your life. I hope you are proud of the accomplishments that you have brought to this place. We're proud of you. You have all worked hard to get here, and it shows. These years in college will be some of your greatest experiences. During this time, you will decide not just what you'll do in life, but who you will become. And I hope it is time when you find your passion for leadership and for service. It's one of the most exciting times of any person. As I look at you, I see more than our newest class of Spartans. I see more than students who are extremely bright and talented and hold special promise for success in whatever you choose to do. I see the future. What I see in your faces this evening is the potential to help right the world. This is your time to inspire, to find common ground, to help create a more peaceful and prosperous future for people who influence and for those who will follow in your footsteps. Diversity is among our many strengths here at USC Upstate. Students of color make up nearly 50% of our student body. 15 different nations are represented here. But diversity is not just about color or nationality or sexual orientation or gender identity. By adding your life experiences, your heritage, your background, your intellectual interests, and viewpoints, all of you contribute to the diversity of this institution. The richness, thank you. The richness of this diversity will elevate your experience, and it will not always be easy. But learning to collaborate in a diverse setting and celebrate the reality of human differences will serve you well in your career. It would also serve as an antidote to inequality and position you to be an instrument of peace. This is an institution that changes lives in so many different ways. Allow me to describe some of the most important ways in which USC Upstate will support you in your desire to learn and grow, to become the change agent the world so desperately seeks. I have 5 very short points. Number 1, I hope you have come here in large measure because of our superb faculty and staff. Our faculty are outstanding educators and mentors. They have earned the most advanced degrees in their fields from some of the world's finest institutions. Many of them have been recognized nationally and internationally for their scholarship and their teaching. They are talented. They love what they do. They are here for you. They expect you to work hard and do well. They expect you to be great and succeed. You should expect them to push you, because they will. They will help you close the gap between the sensible and the sensational, between the realistic plans and revolutionary success. You may even find that one faculty member who will continue to be a guiding influence well after you have received your degree. That happened to me at Mississippi State. Dr. Ernestine Madison cultivated my passion to lead and help people help me find my purpose. She even set me up with a young lady who is now the first lady of USC Upstate, my wife, Frankie. Dr. Madison continues to be a strong influence in my life. So the faculty can make a difference in your life far beyond the classes they teach. ROI is in their DNA. Number 2, making the most of your time at USC Upstate is about the people who are gathered around you tonight. Your fellow students will contribute, possibly even contribute the most to your college experience. You will have the opportunity to make lifelong friends, to learn from others, to get to know others, to appreciate the diversity you find here. Allow yourself to learn from others, to be uncomfortable, to stretch, to grow, to achieve greater heights than you have ever imagined. Number 3, USC Upstate offers you the opportunity to go almost anywhere your interests may lead. We offer more than 50 programs designed to prepare you well for any career that you are considering, not just degrees, but the ability to experience interdisciplinary learning in ways that enrich your experience and possibilities. Think about it. One of our strategic goals is to prepare you to make the transition from college to career of your choice, to be ready to contribute in the professional environment from day one. But in reality, achieving that goal cannot be the full measure of our success. We want to prepare you for the career after that, the career after that. Some statistics suggest that today's graduates will have between 5 and 7 different careers over a lifetime, and more than 12 jobs in those careers. Now, I don't have a crystal ball that would show us the careers that will exist 10, 20, or 30 years from now that haven't even been conceived yet. I could not have imagined that there would be a career such as social media influencer during my time. But we will equip you to adapt, to create, to innovate, to discover. It is an amazing journey. Find your passion, find your voice. Number 4, we offer something rare and unique. A quality academic experience that includes the chance to do research, to discover new knowledge as part of your undergraduate experience. It's wonderful to work on a research project with a faculty member who is not only an expert, but passionate about his or her chosen profession. You'll also have the opportunity to study abroad, which will help prepare you to live and grow constructively in a global economy. Very soon, we're going to have a global career fair. Is that what it's called? And I expect to see all of you there because we have people like Michelin and Honeywell all there to help you find an internship and a job. So if your parents call me and say you need money, I'm going to say you didn't show up to the global fair. Number 5, USC Upstate offers rare opportunities for leadership and involvement on campus and in the community. These activities can help you find your particular niche. Dr. Bates and I have been talking significantly about how we're going to elevate your student experience outside of the classroom. And quite frankly, the areas that he and Dr. Smith and our dean, Dick Kerwall, I know their name, I'm just, when I go off script, I forget. The time that our student affairs spend, you're gonna spend about 80% of your time outside the classroom. So think about the opportunity for growth. 80% of your time is gonna be spent being developed and cultivated by Nick, by Crystal, by Dr. Kerwall, by Dr. Smith, and Dr. Bates, and their teams, and helping you to shape and develop. There are student government organizations, social clubs, fraternity, sororities, athletic team. Lastly, I hope that the family spirit which abounds at USC Upstate will spark the very way you approach your college education. This spirit distinguishes our institution from others and influences most things that we do. We call it Spartan pride. And while USC Upstate is your campus and the world is our classroom, so what do we ask you to do during the coming years in exchange for all that we will pour into you? We ask you to speak hope and dream possibilities. We want you to ask questions and be the change you have been waiting for. We want you to find your voice to make a difference. Our transformative value proposition at USC Upstate is to offer an education for all that inspires a thriving and just society. We want you to learn to look at injustice and declare that you will contribute to that proposition. We want you to see incivility as an unacceptable path to change. We want you to thrive. As I close, I want to reflect on something. I grew up on a farm in the Mississippi Delta. I had wonderful parents. They would not accept mediocrity from any of my siblings, nor me. Nor would they allow us to see the property line of our farm as the boundaries of our aspirations. My dad made this deal with me, that as long as I stayed in school, I didn't have to come back after graduation and work on the farm. So I'm still in school. But at the urging of one of my teachers, high school teachers, I enrolled at Mississippi State, one of the few African-American students in a predominantly white universities at the time. One weekend I went home, being the know-it-all at college, and some of you may experience this, go home and because you've been with these brilliant professors, you're going to want to espouse that little knowledge or attitude at home, and your parents are going to have to put you in check. Now, my mama, she didn't tolerate any sassing and any of that. And so I came home one day after having been at school. I think it was Thanksgiving break, and I was talking about something, and I kind of challenged her. And what she said to me was one of the most important things that I've ever heard. And she said, "Benny, I need you to live life with an empty cup. Your cup is too full. I need you to approach every situation with an empty cup so people can pour into it and you can receive. If your cup is too full, no one can add to your cup. You don't have to drink it all. You can always pour out whatever is not useful after you've left that situation. But you have to approach every situation with an empty cup." It was my mother's way of telling me to listen, to receive the counsel of others with humility, and to use that counsel to make informed decisions. I encourage you to listen to my mother's advice and approach every class, every situation with an empty cup. That won't always be comfortable. It won't always be easy, but I'm sure it will be a blessing to you as it has been to me. I am very pleased to be one of the first to congratulate you as you embark on this adventure. In the coming years, there will be time when you will feel excited and perhaps time when you feel a bit overwhelmed. We will always do our very best to help you succeed, to raise your aspirations, to strengthen your skills, to develop your confidence, and broaden your perspectives. We hope that the coming years here will transform your lives, and that you, in turn, will transform the lives of others. Thank you very much. Thank you. Before Dr. Smith comes, I want to acknowledge Dr. Smith and her team and the convocation team who planned this event, and Mrs. Hillary MacArthur and her team. Will all the convocation committee members please stand? Please give them a round of applause. Dr. Smith.
Thank you, Chancellor Harris. This concludes our convocation ceremony. If you have not already done so in your U101 class, please complete the letter to yourself by scanning the QR code on your program. This letter will be returned to you on your graduation day. Now please join us outside to enjoy refreshments on the upper quad. Thank you.
I think it's over.
We were supposed to